are you interested in the same custom parts that I built for Cruise Missile? Don't forget to check out supercruises.com if you would like your own versions of the same parts I used on my car. You guys know, if you check my website, I sell wastegates with the exact preload needed to get the maximum amount of power that you can get out of the factory turbo. So this is a wastegate actuator that you would typically buy when you needed to replace the one that's on your turbo. What most people do not realize is wastegate actuators actually come in pieces. Even though they show a picture of these things in one piece, when you buy them, this is how they arrive. A lot of times when someone buys this, it basically just sits in your garage or sits in your basement, or the wrong one was purchased because you have a Generation 2 Cruise and you buy a Generation 1 and it sits and you've had it for so long it's out of warranty and you can't do anything about it. So what I do is you can contact me. You can order one of these through my website, supercruises.com. I will receive the correct one for you. You just tell me the year of your car. When it comes in, they come in pieces. So for example, a lot of people who buy these don't actually have the tools to disassemble them or even know the torque specs to put these things together. So if you stick this rod in there, a lot of people actually put it in backwards, believe it or not. You think you put it in this way and then you can't get the adjustment properly, or you put it in there and you put the rod in, you tighten it down, but what you don't realize is the piston inside is just spinning and now you're causing wear to the piston. There's a lot of issues you can have. You can have leaks around the seam, you can have leaks at the actuator port for the vacuum. Sorry, this is actually a pressure line. You could have leaks up here. You could be losing boost at this thing and not even realize it, because in your mind you're like, oh, let me just put this thing on, and you don't realize how this thing actually operates. So what I'll do is I'll receive it, I'll disassemble the piston, I will test the spring pressure with my spring pressure tool. I will pressurize the piston, make sure there's no leaks. I will assemble this. I'll actually take it apart and I'll assemble the rod. It'll be nice and tight so it won't come loose. And then what I'll do is I'll put it on my turbo. I will set the preload for your turbo for you. And when you get it to your car, all you're really gonna need is a wrench for the 2 nuts, and then you just have to pull the pin and pop it on. One last thing when I'm finished assembling these is I will also set the opening pressure up. So for example, depending on how much boost you're running, I could set the pressure up to be like a 5-pound pressure, where this factory one's actually set up for about a 5-pound pressure. I could set your pressure up to be about 10 pounds, 15 pounds, 25 pounds. Let me know, basically, let me know what you're doing with the car and I'll be able to figure out what kind of pressure you need for your actuator.